Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day again, and welcome to the Fastcast, your weekly podcast of everything football, fantasy predictions, bets, news, you name it. We got it all here every single Thursday morning at 8 a.m. We'll be here right here on the YouTube every Thursday, 8 a.m. Fastcast. Be here. So let's get right into it. Mr. Birthday Boy, how are you?
Good, doing good. Here we are, another week.
Another
week. I'm
week.
doing all right.
By the way, just in case anyone didn't catch that, it's Mr. Chris T's happy birthday today at the time of the recording.
Sure is.
I'm also joined here by Mr. Nick.
Hello. Glad to talk football once again every week. It's something I look forward to and ready to. Oh my God, what a weird week of football we had last week, and God, I'm ready for this coming week, and it's bye weeks, correct?
Bye weeks this week. Yep.
First hitting buys.
Let's go. Pittsburgh's on a bye. I don't have to worry about it this week. I can enjoy in peace.
Do you guys like the early buys, or would you prefer middle or the end of the season bye?
I don't like early buys.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot to.
There's a lot of football left after an early buy, but then again, I also don't like the really late buys.
Right. That mid-time window, I agree, is the best because this early buy can be a momentum killer. Like, think about the teams that are starting to get their stuff together. Let's say they have a bye week this week. It can kind of put them off. Yes, they have practice and whatnot, but that game speed is something different.
Yeah, sometimes it works in their favor. You know, bye weeks are a 50-50 thing, really. It's just all about preparation.
I was gonna say, I wonder if there's a statistic of like teams coming off the bye and winning and early versus late. There's got to be someone that did that, but
there probably is.
Like the advantage of
that.
The advantage of or winning percentage after the bye.
NFL teams playing after a bye week have historically won at a rate slightly above 500, with a win percentage of around 54 to 55%.
But comes in clutch every time.
It varies depending on the time period. So that's kind of like the generic. I mean, there's win trends by
54%.
Yeah, I mean, there's some teams that are after a bye, like Denver and Philadelphia have a 72% win rate after the bye week. Pittsburgh has a 70%. Let's go. The worst team in the league is Cincinnati at a 36% win rate.
Oh, wow.
Let's touch on our other teams here. Let's see, which will I find first? I can't find either of your teams on this list. Where did they go?
Well, Philly has the best.
Philly
with a 72% win rate after the bye.
Oh, wow.
Philly and Denver, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Dallas has a 63%.
That's all right. We're the best Sweden boys.
The Rams have 53%.
Yep.
Buffalo has a 66%. So for everyone who has ever been on this podcast, we're all above 500.
Cool.
So maybe we all should like the bye from here on out.
Yeah, I think ours is at a perfect time this year. I think we're like week 9 or something.
Right. All right.
For Cincinnati.
It was a good week, right?
Yes, sir, as always.
Good week, yes, sir, as always. Let's just get right into the picks, huh? Let's get right into the games for this week. We got a really fun Thursday night football game. My game, Thursday. I'm excited.
It's your birthday week and getting to start the NFL week as well.
Yep. Thursday, home against the 49ers. 49ers dealing with injuries like crazy this week. Rams are projected -6.5 currently as recording.
It's a pretty large spread.
That's a pretty large spread, but San Francisco, they've been winning, obviously. Except for this week, they didn't. But thank
I called
you.
that whoopsie daisy, by the way.
Let's go, Trevor Lawrence. Woohoo. They've been winning, besides this last week, but Purdy, possibility that he is not going to be playing this week. He re-aggravated that turf toe. So they're looking at the possibility of Mac Jones starting. If Mac Jones starts, the Rams might have a heyday on this San Francisco team. That the Rams defensive line has been playing very good football. We just knocked off the Colts, albeit the Colts kind of handed that one to us. A couple big plays. That rookie receiver there just really helped us out from the Colts.
Oh man,
Mitchell. He really helped us out. That holding penalty on the JT touchdown, the dropping the ball through the end zone for a touch. That's 14 points. They gave up 14 points because on both of those drives they stalled after that. Obviously the one was a touchback, so we got the ball, and then they ended up stalling on the drive, with the run, which actually resulted in us getting the ball back and throwing the 88-yard touchdown to Tutu. So it was huge momentum swift change for us. Puka Nacua, 170 yards on 13 receptions. I mean, he's looking like he could be the number one receiver this year. He might be entitled for another triple crown. We might have another triple crown. Who knows? He is the second player in NFL history through the first 4 games of the season to have 40 catches for 500 yards.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
Absolutely insane. So, all right, enough glazing my team. San Francisco's injured. They're struggling. Yes.
Before that, about Puka, I was watching this on the fantasy thing. Roma Dunze, which is a wide receiver 3, is closer to the wide receiver 21 than he is to Puka Nacua, a wide receiver 1. And
I'm
Roma
pretty
Dunze
sure I read
is
that
3,
somewhere.
which is just absolutely insane. Like,
yeah. Yeah, the spread is just absolutely nuts between the top 3 and the bottom and the rest. So, I do it every week, and I'm not changing it up this week. I'm going with the Rams, and I'll take them for a touchdown.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's a division game, so it's probably going to be a lot closer. Kind of always happens. We've been taking these touchdown games, and it's been within that. We've been losing those. What is the record right now, actually? You had that? How are we doing?
The record for the betting?
This year, our picks. Yeah.
It's on the screen here, as you see if you're watching this on YouTube. But overall, out loud, if you're deciding to listen to it, Chris T is in the lead.
Okay.
By 1 game.
Right. I'll take it.
We're all not doing hot. We're all in the negative right now. But it is a long season. Last year, may I remind you, I absolutely smoked everyone on the table with the records. But there is time to recover. So, 28 and 36 is the leader, Chris. Ooh. Nick is down by 1 game, 27 and 37. And I am 3 games behind the lead. I've caught up quite a bit, 25 and 39.
All right. That's good.
So we're all within a few picks with each other, but yeah, we're all not doing too hot.
But
it's a long season. We're only in week 4, guys. We're only.
So our listeners are absolutely losing their money listening to us. Good to know.
Oh yeah, if they're listening to us, they're in debt right now.
Honestly, the best idea you could do is listen to us and exactly what we say, do the exact opposite, and then you'll be good.
Yeah, you'll be good. But all right. So my pick, obviously, taking the Rams -6.5. I'm locking that in.
Yeah,
right, Justin,
I'm going to lock that in too pretty easily. And here's the thing. The Niners have had a cupcake team walk so far. So, yeah, it looks like they're winning a lot of games. Their most impressive win was the Cardinals, which by any standard
won by a point.
But 1 point, and by all standards, they're not looking like a fantastic team either. The injuries hit hard. I think Christian McCaffrey's the only healthy guy. And to be completely honest with you, when you have a healthy Brock Purdy or Mac Jones or Mac and Cheese, who are you actually playing? Is a big. Would he have 3 interceptions his last game before going out? A lot of turnovers, not looking great. Brock Purdy, and then Mac Jones steps in and he's getting you some dubs. So I mean, if he's healthy, I mean, I think that's a question there. Do we play Mr. Irrelevant or do we stick with mac and cheese? Nonetheless, I think the 49ers, mixed with having a cupcake schedule so far, the record is going to kind of reflect on, like, not a fully, like, 3-1 team. And I think the Rams are going to win by a touchdown easily. So I'm also taking them -6.5.
Okay. Cool.
So historically throughout this season so far, I've been a big 49ers fan. I mean, they got some nice weapons, and I knew they had some injuries, but I didn't know the extent of it. And a little boop to boop on this. I pulled up the injury report going into Week 5. This is only, it doesn't talk about the practice today, but it's Monday's practices for both. So the Rams have 5 people on their injury report. Most notably, I see, is Tyler Higbee. That's your starting tight end, correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he did not practice on Monday, and then the backup, Colby Parkinson, he had an injury, but he did practice on Monday. The other names I've never heard of in my life. The 49ers have 12 people. They have an entire starting roster, practically. You could field a football, like you could have a team on a football field to play with 12 people. You get a penalty for it. On their injury report, of those 12 people on Monday, how many fully practiced? This is a little quiz time. I'm putting you guys on the spot before my pick.
None of them?
Of the 12 people, how many fully practiced? Oh, I don't know. I didn't see an injury report from them this week. I don't look at that really. So I'm going to say only 3 fully practiced.
Close. 2.
Damn.
Ah, dang.
7 of them did not practice at all, with that being Brock Purdy, Ricky Pearsall, Juwan Jennings.
Oh, man.
Those are 2 of their gigantic weapons in Ricky Pearsall, Juwan Jennings. That's a lot of their offense outside of Christian McCaffrey. I think the 49ers have weapons, as I said, but it sounds like their weapons are in hospital beds right now. Give me the Rams -6.5.
I will say sometimes with those injury reports, like, there's a lot of veterans, and now I'm not saying that all those guys are, but like just as a, like in reference, there are a lot of players that will not practice on Monday. It's a little bit different this week, being that it's a Thursday game, so you kind of have to be out there on Monday. You know, short week, got to be ready. But sometimes on Mondays, there's a lot of veterans that will not practice on Monday and take a rest day. So
which is why I looked at like the actual injury itself is listed on there. Sometimes it will just say like personal or like if it's something minor. But Juwan Jennings is an ankle and rib, which is large for a wide receiver position, and Ricky Pearsall's a knee. So those are 2 giant areas for a problem for those specific positions. I don't even know who else would be on the field for them as wide receiver if they don't play. Yes, they'll probably be out there. I mean, as you said, it changes, but just from the size of this injury report, I mean, I'm more comfortable with the Rams -6.5. As you said, Puka Nacua is an absolute monster this year. Rams -6.5.
all right. Awesome. We're all in agreement there. Next game on the plate, we get to Sunday. Another 9:30 game. How are we feeling about these 9:30 games? How are we feeling?
Do you think the Vikings came back to the States, or do you think they just immediately went over? Like,
I don't know. I think they might have went over.
They definitely.
I don't think they came back to the States at all.
Yeah, they definitely just flew over. There's no way.
But I would like to hear on your guys' pick or your opinion on these international games. My opinion on the international games is I hate that it's at 9:30 and we have to wake up at 9:30 in the morning to watch football. But I do like the fact that we're getting the overseas fans involved. It's fun for them. It's entertainment. But I feel like if you're going to have them do it, all teams should have to do it at least once. And if all teams have to do it once, I think that they should do bye weeks after they get done with that game. That's just my 2 cents on it. Maybe we should go to a 2 bye week year. First bye week, do something with a bye week for the Thursday game. do something for a bye week with an international game. That way, I don't know, lessens injury risks or whatever, blah, 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 player safety, blah, blah, blah. So for the game, the Vikings at the Browns is what it's listed as. Obviously, this is not a home game for the Browns. They have the Vikings at -3.5 here. Both of these teams are dog water. I mean, the Vikings. I guess I say that as the Vikings almost came back and won that football game, but
talk about that. Don't you worry.
They're the Jesus Christ, like, I mean, they had them dead to rights, and then the Vikings just in the fourth quarter decided to play like a football team. The Carson Wentz experience is fun. You don't know what he's going to do with that football. It might go behind him. It might go in front of him. It might go in between two defenders. It might go in the hands of a defender. It might be, he pitched it sideways to someone at one point. Like, I mean, he's crazy out there with the football.
He might be the new Will Levis.
Will Levis, yeah, you know what? I like that. Cleveland defense, good. But I almost want to take Cleveland to win this game. I can't do that. I'm like back and forth in my brain about this just because the Browns defense is good. And they're playing a quarterback who likes to be not safe with the football. That scares me. Yeah, you know what? For my first whoopsie daisy of the week, give me the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, my Lord.
Is this another week of Chris T 17?
It's not a stretch.
Daisies?
It's not a stretch.
It's not a stretch. I know.
I can see anything happening in this game.
You know, I see the Cleveland defense might be able to do some things this game.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I think these are like 1 and 2 defenses in the league. Like this is going to be. Do we have a thing on when JJ's back? By the way, for the Vikings.
No idea.
How extended was
I'm not sure.
Injury? I think it's like around the time where thought it was a couple week injury, but I'm also not sure. He really needs to come back. Although I wasn't really impressed with him too. Just remember a couple weeks ago we said he had the possibility to be the biggest impact rookie in the whole entire year, and then he goes out and get injured. So he needs to come back. Basically, is what the Vikings need. I don't think they're I think their defense can carry him with a backup in. Wentz, not great. But also Flacco, I will say exactly the same. He's not having a great year at all. I think they already had rumors with the Dylan guy coming in.
Yep. Dylan Gabriel.
Yep, Gabriel, that's where it is. So that might happen, which I kind of like for the Browns at this point.
I agree.
For me, I'm going to take the Viking spread. And you already know how I feel about the international games.
Yeah.
And this has to lean into my pick a little bit too, because this is going to be their second week here. So they've stayed, time frame, jet lag, whatever it may be. This is almost going to be a home game for them instead of the Browns. I don't like international games for a lot of reasons. One, what I just said, you'd lose a home game, basically. It's great getting overseas fans involved and having them enjoy the vibe and the environment of an American sport. Also, in my thing, totally yet fun for the players to go, because it's almost like a vacation kind of type thing. We're playing in a different country, but then you got to look at like next week thing. You got to fly out there, fly back, time frame. I don't want to wake up at 9:30 on a Sunday. All this like flying jet stuff, practice schedules. A lot of these people are on like diet stuff. You get it's a whole lot of things that go on into this, and then you got to come back and play next week. Yes, they're professional athletes, but that goes for the other team too that have been sitting in the States the whole time. So I feel like there's a little imbalance of advantageous games here. Like, for example, last year, the Jags stayed there for 2 weeks. Now the Vikings are staying here for 2 weeks. And you look at those games, second week, they blow the other team out of the water. So just a little I would say I like getting other fans involved. But Have them come over here. Have them come overseas. Fly a bunch of fans over and have them give them free tickets to the game or something.
Yeah, I don't like having to wake up at 9:30 to watch football.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, let me sleep in a little bit. Vikings -3 for me. 3.5, sorry.
Yep, 3.5.
So my thoughts on those overseas games, as again, my Pittsburgh Steelers just happened to play NFL history, the first NFL win ever in Ireland. Man, I don't like that 9:30 window. It's just too early. I closed from work the night before. I was a sleepy boy in the morning. I woke up and tuned into the game and saw Steelers are winning 24-6, and then closed my eyes, dozed off for a little bit, and I opened my eyes again, and it's 24-21, and I'm having a heart attack. I'm running late to work, trying to get ready, trying to watch the game. Absolutely did not have a good morning. I almost went to the ER instead because I thought I was having a heart attack watching the Steelers play Steelers football.
By the way, it's 10:29.
However, I think Pittsburgh is that one difference of the aspect of losing a home game, because it looked like a Steelers home game for that crowd. I mean, they played Renegade. They were terrible towels. They sold green terrible towels with clovers on them because of Ireland. It looked like a Steelers home game there. But to this week's international game of that Vikings and Browns, yes, the Vikings did claw back, but that's because Pittsburgh cannot win a game comfortably, ever. Every game has to be close. I mean, for the last 10 years, it's, oh, we should win this game. Never mind, it's now a one-possession game coming down to the final seconds. I think if another team was in Pittsburgh position last week against the Vikings would not have come back like that. However, I will also be taking that Vikings -3.5 this week because I just don't see it from the Cleveland Browns. I mean, they just got, I mean, yes, the Lions are a good team, and they just got curb stomped by the Lions. But I just don't think they're a good enough team to come back. I mean, Sir Samuel, wow, that's a throwback to last year. Mr. Wentz, yes, he's reckless with that football. Yes, the Browns have a good defense. However, again, the Vikings have a pretty solid defense as well, and I think the Browns' offense is that much worse. Even if that new quarterback does come in this week, his first game ever as a starter is going to be international. Doesn't look good. I feel like that's going to be a big factor in that sense of, yes, the loss of a home game. He's not going to have his normal crowd behind him if he is starting that game. I think the Vikings might run away with this one a little bit. Maybe it turns out like a touchdown game, but I think the Vikings are going to take that spread because of those factors.
Okay. All right, moving on to the next game. We are Sunday at 1 o'clock now. First game in my list here is the Raiders at the Colts. Now, the Colts kind of taking a small step back. Colts are -7. That's one touchdown. That's kind of crazy because the Raiders aren't a bad football team if you don't look at their record, because they stay in games. They're right there. But they are 1-3. They are playing the 3-1 Indianapolis Colts, have looked good even in their loss to the Rams. They still looked good. Honestly, probably should have won that football game, so they could be 4-0 right now. The Raiders are playing good. They just can't seem to get it done. They just lost to the Bears by 1 point. I really don't think they're going to have what it takes to beat this Colts team at home. I think the Colts continue their stretch. I think Indiana Jones is Indiana Jones. I don't think this is a bluff, or I don't think this is a charade. I think they're a real team. I think they have a real shot. I'm going to say it. I think they actually have a real shot of winning this division. Which I didn't think at the beginning of the year I was going to say that at all.
No one did.
I thought they were going to be at the bottom of this division.
Absolutely no one.
So, as of right now, I think they have a real shot at winning the division. So, give me the Colts, but give me the Raiders to cover the spread because they always seem to keep it close. So I'll take the Raiders spread, but I'll take the Colts to win it. But this leads me into a little question that I want to talk with you guys on, and I'll have to get your feedback and things like that. The Raiders are 1-3 right now. Are we nervous? And not just for this 1-3 team, but for all the 1-3 teams that are in the league right now. Are we nervous? Is their season over? Are they going to be battling here to win this game? Are they hanging up the towel? Do you think that they're just done? I'd like to get your guys' thoughts on that. For me, I don't think the 1-3 teams will be done. They got some dog in them, and it hasn't happened very often. I mean, I said it in the few weeks ago in the podcast. The Rams were 1-3 last year. We made it to the playoffs, and we were a force to be reckoned with until that Eagles team in the playoffs. So it's not like it can't happen, though it's very rare. So I'd like to get your thoughts on that next. So Justin?
Yeah, I was going to say that's an anomaly because you go 0-3. It's very uncommon for teams to make the playoffs in that situation. So for me, 100%, you're 1-3. You're on the chopping block this week. You lose, you're done. And I'm just going to list out some of the 1-3 teams. I kind of wish you saved this to the Ravens and Texans game because they're both 1-3. And my statement on this whole thing is you lose this week, you're done. You're not making the playoffs. So I'm going to go through all the... We have the Dolphins. We know how they look. We have the Raiders. Yep. We have the Browns. We have the Texans. We have the Giants.
Yep.
And we have the Panthers. Do any of those teams stand out to you at all?
None, really.
None? How about the Ravens?
I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah,
I didn't say them, but they're the only team 1-3 that I would say
could have the chance.
Possibly has a chance. Do they look like the historic Ravens that we've been saying this year? Absolutely not. Their defense is arguably worse than my Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. They look horrible. And the thing is, like, Lamar, the great of his players he is, MVP winning, every time there's a big game against and just look at their schedule so far. The 3 playoff teams ended up in their 1-3 record. They've only beaten the Browns this year. So when the spotlight is on this team, Lamar, give it the Henry fumbles, it just always seems that, they fumble the ball.
Right. Yeah, they have been.
So for me, like, all 1-3 teams at this point, going over them, none of the standouts, we all, we agree they're probably 1-3 for a reason. You lose this week, and that's it. That's all you got. Arguably, it could be it for this week, like right now.
So I just want to just dive a little bit deeper for just a question, because for a second I feel like I may have worded my my statements on this question or this topic a little bit differently. As far as it goes with them being, so if they lose this week, they're 1-4. Are they hanging it up? Do you think that these teams will slow down, play a little less? Are they going to become an easy win for these teams to come brought down the stretch?
It's never an easy win. They're competitors. Everyone's going to be there to play to win. That's why you don't see people tanking for the draft. If you're bad, you're going to lose every game anyway, like the Titans and Jets. But you go against a 1-4 Ravens team, you're going to go in and you're going to have a tough game. No one's going to hang it up. I think that's always going to be a battle, no matter what it is. Like the old saying goes, anything can happen any given Sunday.
Right.
You just never know. You can't expect a win going into a 0-4 team. More on that later on the Cowboys versus Jets. But yeah, give me the Colts -7. At the beginning of when you were saying of the Rams, they took a little step back. I don't think they did. I don't think they took a step back at all. I think they beat themselves in this game.
That's what I meant.
Winnable. Okay,
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It was a winnable game for them. And to everyone's surprise, 100% agree. No one had them here competing for the division. Everyone had them at the bottom. So it's completely unexpected. But what I will say about the Raiders is they're a little underwhelming. So I think they're deserving in the 1-3 here, and I think the main problem is, unfortunately, is Geno.
Agreed. I mean, Jonty had, 3 touchdowns? He was the only person that scored this week.
Yes.
So
watching that breakout game gives me very high hopes for him and that team, but the holdback overall is I unfortunately think they lost that trade, picking up Geno.
Agreed.
But yeah, you got the star player Genty, but on the other side, Colts, which I would say is having an even better year, is
JT.
He is the star of that team, carrying the team. I think he leads the league in rushing right now, maybe close to, maybe 1 or 2 right now. But he's literally the horse that's carrying that team. Absolutely phenomenal year from him. I expect nothing less from this game as well. And who would have thought? Indiana Jones doing absolutely fantastic on the Colts. Give me a -7. I think they win by a touchdown here. I think the Raiders are just a little underwhelming.
Man, Justin pretty much took everything I wanted to say about the 1-3 teams. I mean, yes, it's a possible, as we say, any given Sunday something can happen. Who knows? Maybe the Giants don't lose a game for the rest of the year. It's a possibility. We never know because it's every given Sunday. But I think Justin worded it perfectly. Like it is a lot of uh-oh moments now. This is the period I think we talked about in the beginning of the year where it's time to start worrying. What type of team are you going to be? But for this week, the Raiders Colts. I mean, Justin practically said everything almost I wanted to. The Colts didn't
usually
take that step back. The Colts didn't take that step back. Take away that fumble that went to a touchback that should have been a touchdown. That's a tie game right there. That puts them up another 7. Who knows what happens after that point?
It's also a big momentum swing in that point in time. You get a bigger gap in the win. You play the game differently.
I mean, it was also what a catch, what a move to break free, and he just dropped the ball trying to celebrate.
Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the Raiders aren't. I mean, they put up numbers against Chicago. Chicago's, again, one of the teams are like, what Chicago are we getting? What offense are we getting? I mean, they're not the best. We're not expecting them to do good. Yeah, they put up some points. I mean, Genty was literally their entire offense. I just pulled up his stats on the season. On the year, on the year, the month of September, he has 282 rushing yards. Against Chicago, that is 3 yards less than half of his whole season total so far in one game. He had one great game.
Yep.
I mean, he went 21 carries, averaged 6 yards a carry, 138 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. He had 2 receiving touchdowns. I know I'm doing that setup where I'm talking about the team doing bad, where I'm acting like I'm going to go for a whoopsie daisy. I promise you I'm not doing that this time. I could hear Justin starting to
type it out.
I could hear the keystrokes starting to happen, putting me down as the whoopsie daisy. Absolutely not. Could I see the spread being covered? Maybe. If the Colts fumble a football into the back of the end zone again, yeah, I mean, anything can happen. But I think the Colts are, surprisingly again, one of the top teams right now. I mean, we said the Rams are playing some of the best football in the NFL this year. They lost by 7 to them.
I think that division's going to be battled between the Colts and the Jags. I think the Jags are actually looking pretty good.
This is a Colts -7 for me on this week.
Awesome. All right, so we talk about some crap teams. We got a crap game coming up here. This might be an eyeball avoider.
Oh, absolutely. This is your classic eyeball avoider of the week.
We got the 1-3 New York Giants taking on the 0-4 New Orleans Saints. God, Giants fans, how are we feeling, man? Oh, Malik Neighbors tears his ACL. A lot of people talking about after the game, turf being a big issue. OBJ tore his ACL. He says it's the same thing. There's no give. Turf has no give. Grass is a lot better to play on. It's a lot better for the ligaments in your legs. And there has been studies on that. Do you think the NFL should go to grass fields? I do. Personally, I think that turf, while it's nice and it's probably easier to maintain, and that's why they did it.
Yep.
I mean, realistically, you're just playing on concrete. There's no give. It hurts. It hurts to fall on. You have more injuries. The statistics are out there. I don't have them at the time, but I know that it's been a talked about thing the last couple years. As long as they're well maintained grass fields, I believe that they should go to grass fields, just for player safety. I think it would be a lot better for them. Now this game, the Saints are -2.5. They're giving them the edge because they're the home team, if I had to guess. Along with the Giants losing Malik Neighbors with that injury. Who do they really have to throw to now? I don't even know. Who's their wide receiver too? Do either of you guys know the name of their wide receiver too?
Slayton, I think, right?
Yep. Okay. Sure. There we go. They got Scadaboo, right? That's their offense right now. Is Jackson Dart running the football and pitching it and handing it off to Scadaboo? And they beat the Chargers,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
I don't think that's pretty bad. I think that's not a bad.
That's crazy to me, but I think it's an outlier. I think this game is an outlier. I think this was a trap game for the Chargers. You don't have any film on Jackson Dart. You don't know what he's capable of. You don't know what he's going to go out there and do. So I think this was a little bit of a trap game for the Chargers. Chargers, in that game, their whole offensive line got decimated. The Giants have a decent defensive line, so once you start getting injuries on your offensive line, it's hard. And you could tell he was out there running for his life out there. Justin Herbert was. So
yep.
a lot of things went wrong for them that game. A couple things went right for the Giants, so they end up picking up the win. They come out and to not be an 0-4 team, so this would have been an 0-4 versus an 0-4. That would have really sucked. But I don't even know who to take. I have zero faith in the Saints. Spencer Rattler he's still starting for them, right? I didn't catch the game.
Yep.
I was at work. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I know that I will say that for a while there I was scoreboard watching and they were keeping it close there for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden, yeah, the Bills did the Bills things. So I'm taking the Giants here to win this football game. I have zero faith in the Saints.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I got the Giants +2.5. I just
not money line.
No, I'll take the 2.5 points. Of course, why not? Yeah, I'll keep it. That's not a whoopsie daisy. So give me the 2.5 points. Otherwise, I would have took the whoopsie daisy for sure. It would have been my first one of the week. But yeah, the way I see it is like I kind of like the Jackson Dart thing. The running, he had no turnovers. It looked good. And what I would like, their defensive line, like Chris said, it came out. This is what we were expecting. Aside from the starter here, the Chargers O-line, but this is what I was expecting from the D-line all year. I think this is their pickup game right here. So I think this is what they needed to figure it out, get it all together, rally behind the new rookie QB. Yes, you take your best player in the entire team out for the rest of the year, which is horrible. But man, I just I don't think there's anything good going for the Saints at all. I think this might be an 0-4 team to be tanking for a draft pick, but but yeah, I'm gonna take the Giants. Your classic eyeball avoider of the week. There's really not much more to really say about it. Going into the turf thing, it's absolutely like a maintained thing, and it looks good. You look on TV, it's like it looks all pretty because the grass gets all messed up throughout the game, and it looks kind of like dirty as you go through the game or whatnot.
Sure.
The NFL has all the money in the world. There's absolutely no reason not to switch to grass at all because you're completely right. You make the plays, you're at high speed, 100% every play. you're digging into the ground. You got to have some give. You got to have some slide. You got to have those cleats like going into the ground when you try to make a cut, try to make a jump, as we saw with a knee, which is really weird too. OBJ, I was reading this too. Same field, same opponent, you know, same injury, which was like
tore his ACL.
Yep. Which is kind of weird seeing, but all those stars aligning. But yeah, there's absolutely no reason not to switch for the grass. And here's the other thing: the World Cup is coming to these stadiums next year. You know what they're doing?
They're putting it in grass.
They're putting in grass in all the stadiums.
That I did not know.
For all the soccer teams that are playing in the stadiums, they're switching out the turf. There is absolutely zero reason for them not to switch it. I would do that right now, mid-season. Like, there is no reason at all why there's still turf. Players have been continuously, constantly. You see the injuries, you see the reports, you see that there's no reason. Switch it out, get grass in. I don't care how it looks on TV for your ratings. The players are your ratings. Yeah, yep. you gotta have your. You can't have Malik Neighbors go out on an injury because of turf. Like he's the biggest star player in the game, and you're gonna have him have a season-ending injury because of turf. No, get grass on the field. Yeah, Giants plus 2.5.
Okay.
So I'll go through my pick first real quick. Because once again, Justin said a lot of no faith in the Saints. Justin, I mean, at this point, maybe I should just leave. You say everything I want to say. Except for I will disagree with the aspect of this being eyeball of order of the week.
Interesting.
Because of the aspect of let's see what Jackson Dart can do. It's game 2, different opponent. Eyes are going to be on him. I mean, compared to some other game, there's a clear for me actual eyeball avoider of the week that we'll get into later. No, there's actually 2 that I would consider. But let's see what Jackson Dart can do, and the new head of Mr. CTE, Scattaboo, and see what they can do together. I mean, did you guys see the clip of the block on the great run by Dart to get the first down, where he got like. Dart got hit in the back and then like broke free and then ran and got the first down. Darwin James, a very hard-hitting safety, Gadabo flipped and then stood up and immediately went to find someone else to hit. That's just he is like eats crayons for breakfast or something. He will be the next Antonio Brown level CTE possibly. But I agree, no faith in the Saints. I'm taking the Giants' money on this. I'm not confident in the Giants putting something together. Even without Neighbors, I don't see it on the Saints. But the aspect to the turf, I mean, from playing football myself, I played on a grass field, and yeah, I had moments to where it happens. It's sports. You get hurt. But compared to playing on turf for games, it would be turf burn and other things. There's not just lower body injuries, it's just injuries in general. It's not as giving of when you hit that ground, and sometimes it feels like you're hitting concrete. I actually pulled up stats. I have, like, scientific, like, people broke this down and looked into this. This is from 2021 and 2022. Those 2 years were the years studied. And this is also out of the 30 NFL stadiums. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 have artificial turf. Between the 2021 and 2022 injuries, this is just lower extremity injuries as well, in preference. There were 718 injuries. 332 of them were on natural grass. 386 of them were on turf. Games missed was 100. Everything's more for turf from the combined years. 100 of the injury.
And there's less turf.
Yeah,
correct.
Very true.
1 to 2 games missed.
Injuries.
100 games on artificial turf to 79 on grass. 3 to 6 games missed. 83 on turf. 77 on grass. 6 or more. 102 on turf. 78 on grass. And the big one to me was surgeries. 83 surgeries were for injuries on artificial turf compared to 50 on natural grass. And then it even goes down to breakdown of the surgeries, what they were. From turf to natural grass, and we think of like we're talking about like what just happened to Malik Neighbors, ACL, 30 on turf in those 2 years compared to 17 on grass. Achilles, 12 on turf, 9 on grass.
Yeah, there you go.
It's either even. The only thing that grass is more is a quadriceps. MCL is all on turf in those 2 years. There's no MCL surgeries on grass. There's no hip surgeries because of grass. No abductor surgeries because of grass. Everything is on the turf.
When you say that word over and over again, it makes it sound funny. But I don't know. It's just... okay.
Like
well, then there we have it.
Yeah, it like that. This is, hold on. Let me find who did this as well. This is an article in the National Library of Medicine.
Well, then there we go. I think it's a good. It's good to listen to that then. So I mean, there we have it. Turf, no good. No good.
Get it out of
here.
Get
rid of it. Get it out of here. All right, let's move on to the next game. We've got the Denver Broncos going to the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia opening up at -3.5. Denver won blowout against the Bengals, who are this Bengals team is
they're done.
They don't know what to do without Joe Burrow. I mean, they can't get anything right. They're completely done. I don't know if they win another game without Joe Burrow. I don't want to give it to the Broncos to say that the Broncos had a great game. I think it's more the Bengals just played poorly again 2 weeks in a row now. What is it? 2 weeks in a row where they only scored 3 points? So yeah, this team is not good. The Broncos played okay. With that being said, they go to the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 4-0. They're winning football games. They might have the best special teams in the league. Back-to-back weeks of blocked punts / field goals for touchdowns, which leads me into another topic here. Has special teams become more important this year than in years past? And I'm going to say yes. Not only just for the Eagles blocking and scoring, but I mean, look at how intricate you have to be now on just a kickoff.
Yep.
I mean, your kicker has to be great now. You can't just blast it in the back of the end zone. You have to be strategic with how you kick, even just on a kickoff. You have to your field goals. Field goals have been so important this year. How many games have been won because of field goals? How many games were won because of missed field goals? I mean, special teams has become so important now. I think it's way more important now than it has been in the past. It's always been fairly important, but I think this year kind of it upped its game a lot. About this matchup, not really much to say about it. I think the Eagles are going to take this game. So I'm taking them at -3.5.
Not a bad pick. You guys had the whoopsie
for his first whoopsie daisy
on the Buccaneers last week. I knew it wasn't going to happen. Although that was a very winnable game. The Buccaneers offense looked on fire coming back in the Eagles last second. If only the first couple drives, getting down 14-0, that's very hard to climb back from. Once again,
Breathe.
Special teams.
Special plays, special players
is what made the Eagles win that game. So yeah, I would say it's very important. What it looks like, I know not give me a breathe reminder, but it looks like, and I think the reason why this conversation is coming up is there's a lot more like misses and blocks this year, noticeably than other. Yeah, there's been a lot of blocks like last year and years before, but it seems like even starting out, even going into week 5. The conversion is like the comparison to years past, as it seems like there's a lot more of that going on, especially the double block by the Rams to lose the game against the Eagles. They should have won that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is like a field position film thing. Let's draft special team guys to make these blocks. I don't know if it's the line for special teams that have just like they don't care and they just let people. I don't know what's going on with it, but yeah, it's a big part of the game. Especially Chris said it good. Kickoff is different. Field position's different. It feels like you make 2 first downs and you can kick it now. Kickers are getting farther and farther. There's a lot more missing. We've seen cuts from kickers, a lot of them this year. So, yeah, it's becoming a bigger part of the game and much more growing important. And this just in. We have a celebrity pick coming in for the first time ever in the Fastcast for my first whoopsie daisy. This is all based on, as you know, our last year's spokesperson, Mr. Brandon. He told me to take the whoopsie daisy on this game, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. And this is all based on Brandon. So if you're listening to this, and I know you are, this is my celebrity whoopsie daisy. Broncos over the Eagles. Give me a money line.
All right. That's awesome.
So Brandon with the pick from Yemen.
Yes.
From wherever he is right now. Wherever he is right now.
First time this has ever happened, so I didn't have a sound to play, so I just threw it through.
Just because I'm curious, what is your pick? Like, if you didn't have his pick, what would you?
If I didn't have the celebrity pick,
-3.5?
I would 100% be doing the Eagles.
Okay.
But yeah, I got to do the celebrity pick. So give me my
first
whoopsie daisy of the week. Taking the Broncos.
Right.
He had a lot of points. He was saying like every game they've had was been in with a position. As you know, I said last week and weeks before, I just don't trust in Bo Nix. PFF still has them ranked way down on the rankings. I think not many. A few drop below him. Like I think Jackson Dart is actually below him right now, for some reason.
Yeah, but because he didn't throw the football.
Yeah, trusting the quarterback there's still not there for me. Yeah, their defense is good, but yeah, I would take it. But you got to go celebrity.
Okay. All right, Nick, you're up.
He's also saying the Broncos scored 20-plus points every game, which is the average in the NFL. But hey, you stick on it, that's pretty good. But go ahead, Nick.
I need like a second to process what just happened.
First ever celebrity pick.
Wow. Yeah, no. The Philadelphia Eagles discovered that they can run a fake tush push now. So just off that alone, -3.5 Eagles. They're going to be lining up on the one. All of a sudden, Saquon has the ball. Dallas Goedert has the ball. For some reason, the coach is on the field with the ball in the end zone. Who knows who's getting the ball? It's going in the end zone somehow. Eagles -3.5. Short and sweet.
Okay. Short and sweet. I like it. All right. Moving on to the next game. We have what Justin talked about earlier, the battle of 1-3 teams. Battle of 1-3 teams. We've got the Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. The Texans, I'm reading this right.
I was surprised about it too.
Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. The Texans open up at -1.5.
And here's why.
Seriously? Let me hear it.
Lamar is out.
He's out. I know he got taken out of the game, but I didn't know he was out.
He's out for 2 to 3 weeks.
Which is
I
a
didn't
whole
know
hilarious
that.
thing about Shadir Sanders. He could have gone to the Ravens and said, I'm not going to be a backup to Lamar Jackson. I want a chance to play. And now he's third string, and now the person he would have been is now playing.
Who's their backup? This should be
Cooper
stuff
Rush.
I know, but
It's Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush, right? Oh yes, long time Cowboy Cooper Rush.
Yep.
I think they're gonna feed off of Derrick Henry. This Houston Texans team, they scored points this week, but they haven't scored barely anything all year long. I think this is the first game where they scored a touchdown. I think. They haven't done anything good this year. Baltimore struggling. Both teams struggling. This week, though, did Derrick Henry have any? Derrick Henry, no fumbles, huh? Right?
Yeah, the problem is that they didn't really use him.
give him the
they forgot he existed. I don't know if it was like a punishment for him fumbling every game, but like he's still an elite running back. Like
exactly.
You gotta give the ball to Henry.
Because of that, I think they know that they're going to have to rely on Derrick Henry. I don't think this Texans defense is going to be able to stop a hungry Derrick Henry. He's mad. Did you hear about his practice? He had like 6, 7, 8 coaches and staff trying to rip the ball out of. I mean, he is angry. He wants to get out there and show that he can be who he is. Give me Baltimore +1.5.
Yeah. For me, this one's very hard. Very, very, very hard to pick. Because you look at the Texans and how they scored against probably a pretty bad team. And then you look at the Ravens defense and what they've been doing this year. I don't know if that's going to like pass over to this week as well, being that they can expose that defense and they're going to continue from where they left off. Maybe this was a game to get the offense on the same page type deal. So this could be like another 30-40 point game from the Texans. And I don't know. I don't know if Henry's enough. And Cooper Rush, don't get me wrong, he's a great backup. But who's he throwing to? You know what I mean? Zay Flowers, yeah, he's a great receiver, but he's not one of the ones you think of that are like...
Zay Flowers, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, those...
Rashad Bateman.
Don't get me wrong, they're great receivers, but they're not the ones you're going to like jump out and think of like your elites, like your Jeffersons and your Browns. They're just like...
And your Nakuas.
Amplified and Nakuas, yeah, we can't forget about him leading receiving, of course, a Rams fan. But they're not they're amplified because of Lamar Jackson's, by the way, highest passer rating in the NFL history quarterback play. So This one's a very tough one for me. I was surprised by the line at first too, but this game is season on the line type stuff. You lose this game.
It sure is.
And that's it. Lamar being out like multiple weeks. I don't think the Ravens got it. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to go with Vegas here. I'm going to take the Texans -1.5.
Okay.
See, that's exactly what Vegas wants you to think about and wants you to do, and that's just wrong. The Ravens are still going to win this football game because Derrick Henry can throw the football if necessary. He's got passing touchdowns. I mean, he's got his little on the 5, just pop pass and into the end zone. He did it with the Titans. I guess he's going to do it with the Ravens this week. The Ravens are going to win because the Texans won't do a thing on offense. They need to study the fall off of C.J. Stroud. He has not been the person he was the past couple of years. Baltimore Ravens, money line. Give it to me.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I trust the defense. They've just been looking bad. Wasn't there a crazy stat line with like Henry throwing the ball and touchdown throws and non-incomplete?
I think it's an insane percentage.
Yeah, it's something hilarious, but I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, because on every single throw has been a touchdown pass, like a catch.
By a running back, yeah.
Yeah. So, something crazy. One of those stupid stats that don't mean anything, but it's just fun to laugh about.
Yes.
He's 1 for 1, apparently. I feel like
he's done it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an incorrect stat there.
Yeah, I know for sure he's done it a couple of times.
His career is 7-10 for 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
His longest is 12 yards, 0 interceptions, 37 total passing yards.
Hell yeah.
He went 2 for 2 in a game for a touchdown. He went 1 for 1 for a touchdown, then 2 for 3 for 2 touchdowns.
Damn.
That's
all right.
funny.
That's fun. All
Fun
right, let's
fact,
move on to the next game.
Defensive stats.
Well, yeah. If you throw a pick, if your team throws a pick, you get credit for a tackle. If you tackle the guy.
Yeah. Well, good for him.
That's why you would have a defensive stat.
He had
as an
3
offensive player.
He He has 3 total tackles.
Yep, that's it. That's why. Next game, we've got the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Jets. Dallas's offense is looking phenomenal. Arguably one of the best offenses in the league. Dallas opens up the game at -2.5. Jets looking terrible, really. I mean, they can scrounge together a couple touchdowns, but they're an 0-4 team. They can't get anything done. They're garbage. This Dallas Cowboys offense is playing at a very high level. You know, we had questions last week about would, in the absence of CeeDee Lamb, Pickens, would he be able to step up? And I believe he absolutely did. Now, don't get me wrong. There were some things that I didn't like still. You know, there are some times where I feel like he should have done more on a run, you know, block a little more, play a little bit more physical, what have you. But he came out and did big. In that tie game against the Packers. Horrible. And that leads me into another topic here. What are we doing with ties? Do we keep them? Do we change them? Playoffs, there is no tie. You just keep playing. So, for me, I think we need to change. There can't be ties. I mean, that just deflated the air out of that whole game. It was fun. It was 40, scoring. Great. And then the game ends in a tie, and it just left me wanting more. There was just no resolve. There's no resolution to the game. So I think either one, they need to bring out some sort of type of like maybe college football way of doing it, because I think the college football that's fun, that's real fun to watch. And if you watch Pat McAfee this week, he talked about it. We go to the golden leg. Each kicker gets a chance to kick from 50 yards. Then they get a chance to kick from 60 yards. Then they get a chance to kick from 70 yards until one of them doesn't make it. So kind of brings your special teams into the game more. I like either of those options, honestly. The golden kick kind of sounds fun. I might actually go with that one a little bit more. As for the game, yeah, give me the Cowboys -2.5. I don't even think I need to talk about it anymore. That's just, I get it. Dallas Cowboys defense has not been good. But it's the New York Jets. They're 0-4. They can't win a football game. Give me the Cowboys -2.5.
Yeah, overtime. Ties. My gosh, that should never happen in an NFL football game. Here's what Jerry Jones had to say about the situation. They have to do their best to keep it on the network to 3 hours. He's thinking about the entertainment-wise. He's thinking about the network because they got to get to their next show. So it's very important not to go into overtime and end the game. In that case, why even have overtime if you're just going to let the game end in a tie?
True.
The golden kick thing does sound fun, but also this is almost like the hockey debate with the shootout. It's almost unfair to the players that have been physically putting their bodies on the line the entire 3 hours of the game just to watch a kick to see if you win or lose the game. Yeah, there's definitely better ways to end it. College would be kind of cool. Maybe after the first overtime, we go into that scenario.
Sure.
But yeah, yep. Under no way. Even if you have to take it, unair it for whatever network reasons there are, these guys are here to compete to win, not to compete to not lose. You know what I mean? They want to win the game, and that's why they play football professionally. So just everything about the tie is just like fans, players are just like, oh, okay, well I guess we're here now.
Yeah, I guess the game is over. That's kind of how I felt. It's like,
do we just go home? Like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that it's all that feel like cool. Like, I don't know if it's even better than would I rather take a loss there? I'm not sure. Like, I don't really.
Still, statistically, you take a tie. The tie is better than a loss statistically. Like, it will help you in the long run if you have the same amount of wins as another team.
Okay, yeah, the lose record is more important there. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't even know how I feel about it, but for the game, we never seem to win against the teams that we should win against.
The Bears.
AKA the Bears.
Hey,
for some reason, I'm looking at the Packers and I'm like, we're going to get absolutely destroyed. There's absolutely no way. We're horrible. Our defense is the worst in the league. We let up 4,000 points a game. Worst in the league. Which goes without saying. Dak Prescott is having an absolutely phenomenal year. It arguably might be his best year I've ever seen as a Dallas Cowboy. But he has to show up. And once again, we have to score 40 plus.
Yep.
Because there's no trust, anything. And I think you were sitting in here when I was watching the overtime thing, when we kicked the field goal to go up to 40 to 37. I was like, that's it. We just lost. We cannot put this game in the hands of our defense. Because you put it in the hands of the defense, we lose. Thankfully, in that we tie. Now that I'm saying I didn't want to tie, but anyway, the last time the Jets were 0-4 and we went to MetLife, we got absolutely smoked. And if history repeats, and if we never beat the teams that we're supposed to beat, and if Dak doesn't show up to this game in New York, we're going to lose this game. Give me the Jets plus 2.5.
Okay.
The Jets are an absolute horrible football team. I thought the Cowboys... I mean, yes, I understand what Mr. Cowboys fan here is saying, but I thought that offense played too good last week to not have momentum this week and just take control of this game. I'll be taking the Dallas Cowboys at a minus 2.5. I don't know if it's a good thing we're not monetized for what I'm about to say about the overtime aspect, my thoughts of the overtime game. Have you guys ever been asked to describe what the feeling of blue balls is? That's what that is. Yeah. That's what that is. Yeah. There's so much hype, so much action. You're going up to the climax, and then it's just nothing else happens. You're confused. You feel dissatisfied. You got to walk away not knowing what happened, not knowing if you enjoyed it, not knowing if you wanted to do it again. And those are my thoughts on that.
Oh, my God.
All right. Well, who are you taking for the game?
Oh, yeah. He picked Cowboys, too.
Oh, okay.
Cowboys.
For some reason, I didn't hear that.
You just got really confused.
Yeah, I was focused on your.
Yeah, you're trying to figure that out. I do have to say, Christine knows this reference. We missed a wonderful opportunity because of the end of that game, and that is what it is.
Yes, that's true. All right, let's move on to the next one. We've got the Miami Dolphins at the Carolina Panthers. The Dolphins looked better-ish, maybe. It was against the Jets, so I don't know.
And then Tyreek's leg went the wrong way.
Tyreek Hill, his leg went the wrong direction. He's out for the season.
His leg looked like the Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah, the Dolphins opened up this game minus 1.5. The Panthers, they suck. They got absolutely blown out by the Patriots, who the Patriots aren't even that good of a football team. So, I ain't got much to say about this. Tua's he still has Jalen Waddle. He has Darren Waller now. He's back, and he came in big with 2 touchdowns. 3 catches, 2 touchdowns. Expect to see him more in the operation. Still have Achane. You know, I think they're starting to get a little bit more flow on the offense, even without Tyreek Hill. I think they're still doing okay. They were still scoring after Tyreek Hill went down, so I still think they're getting a little bit better. Whereas the Panthers, I don't know what they're doing. They're just I don't even know if they'll be in Carolina for this home game. I think they still might be back in Foxborough, if I'm being honest. So I just give me the Dolphins minus 1.5.
Yeah, this might be actually the second eyeball avoider of the week.
This is the game I was referencing when I said eyeball avoider of the week. I saw this, and
I mean, both of them can categorize it in it. And I'm not unsure what to take because what I think is the Tyreek injury is actually going to be a lot bigger than people think. That's a lot of defensive personnel that does not have to watch that anymore. Waddle, as great as he is, he's not a Tyreek Hill. Yeah, a lot of that secondary is not going to have to pay attention to that threat.
Yeah, the secondary will
Although
be
the Panthers, have not been playing their greatest football. I don't even know why I'm thinking about too much of an eyeball avoider of the week. +1.5 at home. Dolphins, Carolina. It's still warm there. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to stick with the Dolphins here. I took them last week. I like the direction their offense is going. How big of a hit is it going to be with Tyreek? Still undetermined, but against the Panthers, I think it's kind of safe. So I think I'm going to agree.
That's how I felt.
Yep. Take them -1.5.
I disagree with that. I think it's going to be that big of a hit without Tyreek Hill. I mean, his leg was at a 45-degree angle in the wrong direction. To put in perspective how in shambles the Miami Dolphins team is, Tyreek Hill, if you read his lips, screams, "Thank God." There's videos of him on social media going down the highway in the back of the ambulance, ear-to-ear smile. He is happy he's not on that football team anymore. That, I do believe, was Tyreek Hill's last snap as a Miami Dolphin. I don't think he's coming back.
Might be tough. He's 31, going on 32. I don't know. Even all the reports, it might be career-ending. Possible.
Either a career-ending injury or he's going to go somewhere else. I mean, he's still, with the right quarterback, I mean, he can be elite still. He still has that speed. He's still a good player. I think he could have some more time in him, maybe another year or two in the league, maybe 3. However, Mr. Jello Brain is still behind there and took a couple hits in that game, and his head's going to be all over the place. His game plan was always, F it, Tyreek's down there somewhere. Now it's going to be, F it, there's someone down there, and it's going to be the Carolina Panthers safety just waiting there because he was able to have his eyes moisten because now, as I said, he can blink because he doesn't have to worry about the cheetah running down. I think the Panthers are gonna surprise us and win this football game and show how in shambles the Miami Dolphins are going to be.
All right.
Taking the money?
Well,
taking the money. Panthers outright win.
Cool.
Okay. Next game, it's our first 4 o'clock game of the week. We have the 0-4 Tennessee Titans against the Arizona Cardinals. Titans, not much to say about them. Cam Ward experiment so far has not lived up to the hype. He has not looked good. That defense has not looked good. They've just not been able to get anything going. The Arizona Cardinals, I don't know what to think about this team. Some weeks I think they're good. Some weeks they're not. They're 2-2. They're still not great. The Arizona Cardinals opened as a 7.5 favorites here, -7.5. That's a pretty big spread for a team that has struggled to get the job done. They've kept games close, but I'm gonna take them to win. But I'm actually gonna take Tennessee to cover. So give me Tennessee +7.5 here.
Yep, I was looking at this from last week too. The spread was exactly the same, -7 against the Texans, and we all had the questions going in if the Texans could even score a touchdown, and they won by 30 points. So, and if you heard Cam Ward as well in the press conference after, he said, "I'm give it a buck, we ass." So putting all of that into effect, he doesn't even believe in the team, and that's your number 1 draft pick. We all thought could possibly be him,
grace.
But he is in fact not him. Yeah, I just don't. I don't believe. I got to take the other way. I bet on the Titans to cover last week, and I just can't do it again. Give me the Cardinals -7.5.
So, question 2 of my pop quiz for you guys. What have I said all year about the Tennessee Titans?
That they're dog water.
Double XP weekend. Oh no, that's
no.
Kind of
well, weird. No, that. Oh, yes, that's a factor as well. I didn't even look that up. But Cam Ward has realized why the Tennessee Titans were able to draft him.
Yeah.
What I've said all year. However, I mean, yes, Marvin Harrison remembered how to play a game of football finally. I mean, it took him 3 quarters to still to be able to do that.
That was actually good to see.
It was good to see.
Yeah, it was.
His fantasy owners, they've been taken off of the watch list. Like, you don't need to check on them. He put a game up for him. He got some points. However, for this game, I agree the Tennessee Titans will not win this football game. But what Cardinals offense are we going to get? Are we going to get Marvin Harrison being able to play football games, Kyler Murray running around like a little toddler with the phone or something in his mouth you're not supposed to have? For a sense, I haven't done it since those first picks. I could see this game going either way, either an absolute blowout by the Cardinals, or for some reason it's a real close game. I'm going to hedge it. I'm just taking Cardinals money line. I think they win this game regardless, but I have no faith in how large or small the spread would be. I'm just going Cardinals money on this one. That's the only aspect I'm going for it.
Okay.
Fair. All right, next game. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to the Seattle Seahawks. It sucks. So I will say the Bucs game is a game that I missed. I saw some of the stats, but I need to hear it from you guys who actually were able to watch the game. I wasn't even able to really look at highlights. I know that they came back in the fourth quarter, and it was a larger deficit. What was it like not having Mike Evans on the field? How did that look?
I think Amika picked up exactly where we thought he was going to leave off at.
That's what it looked like to me, but I just wanted to kind of see. And this is against a 4-0 Eagles team now.
Also came back this week. He had kind of a lesser role, but it was good to see him like on the field and like contribute at least a little bit to the offense. So I think that's just going to be another weapon as he progresses and gets back into like the game time plays and game speed and all that. So I think that's also going to move in a positive direction as well.
Okay. That's good to hear. Now they're against the Seahawks team who just barely edged out the Cardinals. I thought they'd be scoring a lot more points than they have been. Now they're 3-1, but they're 3-1 with some fluff with those wins. Seahawks are -3 spread for this game, but I don't like them to win this game at all. I think that the Buccaneers, even with a loss last week, showed why they're a 3-1 team. It's the same type of thing that happened with the Rams. Ram lost to the Eagles, but they looked great losing.
I'm telling you,
than the 2 blocks.
It's the Chief-esque 2023.
It's the Chiefs-esque.
Eagles just
You're
somehow
right.
win.
Like, they're just somehow winning
they
these
look horrible
these games.
And win.
They're just somehow winning these games. So give me the Bucs +3. That's not a whoopsie daisy. Is it 3.5 is a whoopsie daisy, or is it +3
if you take
whoopsie daisy?
If you take them to win outright, then you could say it. But
yeah,
if you're taking
I guess
spread,
it's a whoopsie daisy. That I'm taking them to win this football game.
Okay, whoopsie daisy it is.
So whoopsie daisy it is. That's such a weird whoopsie daisy because they're both 3-1 teams. Like,
yeah. What I would say is there is no fluff on the Seahawks. After watching them through 4 weeks, Sir Samuel is Sir Samuel. I think that, like what I said before, the Raiders with Geno switching out, they won the trade. I think he's that guy. I think we can put him up as an actual starting quarterback in the end, like competent, like up there, like a higher starting quarterback, like. If you get where I'm going, like a lot of people think he's like back up to lower tier, but I think like he has proved himself to not be like one of those like guys you just throw in there to see what happens. I think he is a starting quarterback.
So I just want to you said no fluff, but you realized that they lost to the 49ers, who are injury plagued. They beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are letting up a lot of points this year.
But they also blew them out.
And and they beat the New Orleans Saints,
which they also blew them out.
And I don't care if it's a blowout or not. That's still fluff to me. An 0-4 team, everybody can blow out an 0-4 team.
And
not everybody, but you know what I mean. And against the Cardinals, who we just got done saying aren't looking too hot.
Division game. Also, Jackson Smith and Jib was number 4 wide receiver in the league, yards. He has like 300, 400 yards or something right behind Nakua. So, yeah, I think
I'm
Samuel.
Just saying, we don't talk about fluff. I think
I don't think it is.
There's a little bit of fluff
what I
there.
think is I think Seahawks are going to be a very dangerous team. If you look past them, exactly what you just did with the fluff. I think if you look past them like that, because oh man, they went against weak teams. I think.
I just need to see more. This is a test. This is a good test in my eyes. I need to see more. It's a right.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And this is which is also like why the line like this too is Seahawks -3. Why would they be that? If we think the Buccaneers are that much better and Seahawks are
I understand. I get where they're putting the line. I get why. I just personally don't see it. I need to see more.
I believe in Sir Samuel, and I think the Seahawks can be very dangerous. So, what I'm taking in this game is for my second whoopsie daisy of the week.
I'm fucking arguing me like that.
Give me the Buccaneers.
God damn it.
Yeah, I just like the fire of their offense. I do believe in the Seahawks, though, just to be fair. I think they're going to be a dangerous team. And this could be a 1-point game kind of deal. Like, this is going to be... This actually... Game of the week. Game of the week. Give me the game of the week on this game right here. I think this is the one to watch. This is the one to watch. The Seahawks, I think this could be close. This is going to be a great game. I'm going to take the whoopsie daisy just because. And that was a winnable game by the Bucs against the Eagles too. Just some crazy things like happened.
Same thing with the Rams. That's the same type of situation.
Beginning of the game, you go down 14-0 because of the special team. You get a block, return, touchdown. You're down. You know, and at the end of the game, they pick up how they're supposed to. They start scoring drive after drive after drive, like we know how their offense operates.
Yep.
But this is just for the fun of it. I'm gonna just take the whoopsie daisy. But I do like both of these teams. This is the one to watch for me.
First of all, the Seahawks-Steelers game. I was there. It was that special teams is what killed the momentum. It wasn't the Seahawks were the better team. It was our player didn't know the rule, and that led to a point, and we just spiraled from there. It would have been a very close game if that one play did not happen, and it just ruined all momentum that the Steelers were building. But yeah, I mean, I think I feel like I'm Caleb this year. And Daddy Mayfield we trust. Buccaneers, whoopsie daisy. I think they're I mean, you said it yourself. They have that fire in their offense. Did you see that that touchdown pass that was completed at Amigba? That Baker Mayfield just threaded through 2 defenders.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah,
that did come up in the highlights that I did see.
That was fucking throw. Like, yeah, there was
running
some
out of the pocket. Like that was. I mean, he was
talking about it. I might need to go change my pants right now. Like it was that. it was such a beautiful throw, and I mean, they got that fire. Godwin's back. He's gonna. I think he's gonna be in more of a role this week. I mean, he just came off a big injury, trying to see what he can do. Now he knows he can do it. He's going to come back. The Bucs are going to win this football game. Give me the Bucs. Whoopsie daisy.
You know what's weird?
All right.
I think this is the 3rd week in a row, or maybe there's 3 separate times where we've all taken the Bucs. Whoopsie daisy. I think. Or every game they've been the dogs. We've taken them. All of them
and
hit.
I think
Except for the one I didn't agree with you guys on with the Eagles. So every time all 3 of us agreed, they've won. And the one time we didn't, We
They
might
lost.
be able to do some boop a boop boop there, but yeah, I remember last week I didn't take them and they lost. So I was just saying.
Okay.
You know, we all agree on this one. Betters out there, whoever's listening.
So yeah, in that
Yeah.
in the beginning, we talked about whatever we say, do the complete opposite. This might be a scenario.
This could be one
We
of
all
them, yeah.
agree. Do it, master, right now. Take a second mortgage. Put it on the Bucks right now. Please don't take financial advice from us.
Yeah, we are not financial advisors. All right, let's move on to the next game. And we talk about eyeball avoiders, and this one could potentially be an eyeball avoider just because of how blown out this game could get. We've got the Detroit Lions at the Cincinnati Bengals. Lions -10. I mean, this could just be an absolute blowout.
But I love seeing that.
Might not. I don't know. Might not even want to watch it. I don't know. Who knows? Some people don't. Some people don't like watching blowouts. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Detroit, they've been looking great ever since they lost that game against the Packers. I mean, they've come out looking hot. And obviously this past week against the Browns have a great defense. We talked about that. And they came out and scored 30 points on them. So I don't expect them to slow down here at all, especially against this Cincinnati Bengals team that is just deflated. They have nothing left in their tank right now, it feels like. So I'm going to take the Detroit Lions to win this game. And you know what? Give me the Detroit -10. I think they're going to blow them out, and I'll take that -10.
I'm going to completely agree with you. And here's why. The morale. Everyone knows it. Everyone's seeing it. The fans are seeing it. The players are feeling it. Jake Browning, unfortunately, you're not him.
Nope.
Give me the Lions -10, especially after a huge win against they played the Browns last week, right?
Yeah, they played the
Browns. Yeah, and especially after watching the Vikings do whatever they did to... Was it the Vikings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was last week they did it.
And the thing with Campbell is... He's not one of those, we're going to put our second string in the head, garbage time. No, he's literally going to score 70 points on you, and he doesn't care what team you are. So, yeah, I think this is a Lions -10. I'd say pretty fairly easily. So.
I mean, yeah, the Lions are... They're looking like the Lions we knew last year. I mean, they don't need Ben Johnson, as Justin said, Dan Campbell. I mean, it's the throat. The gas pedals all the way down. They're putting up points. They're looking like Lions again. But for my second whoopsie daisy of the week,
I'm waiting for
give me the Cincinnati Bengals money line. I think Jake Browning's gonna turn it up a little bit this week. I'm kidding. I'm absolutely.
I knew that was coming.
It was coming.
My jaw was
waiting.
So wide open.
It's like, wait, he's still going with this. That guy.
Absolutely not. The Detroit Lions -10. Normally I see the Lions playing. I'm like, oh, it might be a contender for the game of the week. The only aspect I'd say this could be game of the week is watching an NFL record be set for the most points scored in one game, the most yards earned by one team, and that might all be the Detroit Lions. I think the Detroit Lions defense will score more points than the Bengals have for the rest of the year. Like if depending how long Browning's there, it's going to be bad. Lions -10.
All right, cool.
Actual lock.
All right. Going into the next game, we've got two teams that struggled this week. One team was surprisingly struggling. We've got the Washington Commanders at the LA Chargers. Washington without Jaden Daniels. Obviously, they scored this week. They scored a lot this week, actually, but their defense wasn't there, wasn't able to get it done. Let the Falcons score 34 points on them. That's pretty crazy, actually. I didn't know the Falcons had it in them like that anymore. They didn't seem like they were. So, do we have a timetable on Jaden Daniels? Does anybody know if he's back this week or not? I haven't seen anything.
Maybe I can do some boop, 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 boop on that real quick.
Yeah, give me. Yep, because that's gonna kind of change my pick here a little bit, I think. Chargers opened up at -3. Chargers struggled this week too, as we talked about earlier. Losing to the New York New York Football Giants. Their offensive line is cooked right now. Do they get some guys back on the offensive line? Are they gonna put some patchwork together and kind of be okay? That Commanders defensive line, they can get some stuff done sometimes, especially if you're injured. But I think they're gonna play knowing that they're injured, and I think they're gonna try to play around that. And without Jaden Daniels in the football game, I'm going to take the Chargers -3.
Yeah, by the way, it still says he's like day-to-day in practice bunch.
Yeah,
that's just a quick reason.
Okay. Well, for now, I'm gonna take the Chargers -3 with what we currently know.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's me.
Yeah, it's you, buddy.
Yeah,
I've been a couple times here, but
simply agree. And I think even if Jaden Daniels comes back, I'm still going to take the Chargers -3. Although they just had like a weird, like you were referring to, trap game against the Giants. I think they're right back to what we know. Like after their first couple of weeks, they're like, oh my God, this is the best team in the NFL. I don't think they slow down on that. I think they get right back on it. Offense, Justin Herbert comes back to what we know. Defense regroups a little bit. Also, I hope the Commanders lose for Cowboys' sake. But they're just, the Commanders in general are just kind of just like, you know what I mean? Just like, not a sophomore slump kind of thing, because that doesn't exist, because Jaden Daniels hasn't been playing. But give them a little time to come back. But for this, at home, especially LA Chargers, give me a -3.
Okay.
Yeah, simple as that. Chargers -3. I mean, I you know how I felt about Jaden Daniels. I mean, I think if he's playing the game this week, it's more of a reason to take the Chargers -3. I know Justin hates that I say it. The sophomore slump is real for him.
Doesn't exist.
I'm yet to see otherwise. I mean, I don't think he's been playing good football.
Well, he hasn't been playing, so.
Well, anyways, Chargers -3 for me on this.
All right. We got a good division game here for the Sunday Night Football. We've got the New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. Patriots looked hot in a game against the shitty Panthers. I mean, is that just going to be a bad win against a team that, I mean, they scored 42 points, and to Justin's credit, the Seahawks, they blew out the 0-4 Saints. So the Patriots scored 42 points. I mean, they must be a breakout team too, right? Who knows? We'll see this week, which we won't. Bills are -7.5, and give me the Bill. I'd take the Buffalo Bills -10 in this game, honestly. It's at home, so the Bills are hot. I mean, they're playing such good football right now. I don't see how you don't take the Buffalo Bills -7.5 to win this game. It's a division game, so it probably will be a little bit closer, but yeah, Buffalo Bills -7.5 for me.
Christy, Mr. Birthday Boy, it's really funny you mentioned about the breakout team because they scored against the Saints. Because for the second time in the Fastcast history, we have a celebrity pick. Give me for my third whoopsie daisy of the week, the New England Patriots going into Buffalo and winning the game. And yes, by none other than yours truly, Brandon the pick again. And here's, may I quote, the exact conversation that I had.
Oh my God, Mr. Young.
Brandon says, take the New England Patriots whoopsie daisy. Justin says, why in the world would I do such a thing? And I quote from Brandon himself, trust. So for my third whoopsie daisy, give me the Patriots for the money line. Let's go. By the way, I would take Bills in this game 100%. But you know what? We got to do it for the second celebrity pick ever in the Fastcast history.
Oh, that's funny.
just simply trust. This is a gut read.
Yep, that's it.
Is what I'm hearing.
That's it. Second time ever.
So, what I'm going to say about this, the two games the Buffalo Bills have played this year that were like, oh my God, this is a very easy spread take. Why is it? I mean, they were large spreads, don't get me wrong, against the Saints and Dolphins. Very large spreads. They didn't cover them.
16 points.
They didn't cover either of those against teams that they should have. I mean, they still won by 10 points and then, 12 points. I mean, 2-score games, yeah. It should have been more on that aspect. The only spread they covered that we didn't think was going to be a close game was the Jets game, which we think is one of the worst teams in the league right now. It's a divisional game. Yes, the Bills have the Patriots numbers. But I'm taking the Patriots spread on this. I think the Patriots, I mean, they're on a little bit of a momentum. Yes, it wasn't against a great team, but they got some momentum coming in. Do I think the Bills are going to win this game? 100% certainty. But I think the Patriots are going to take that +7. I think it's going to be within a touchdown game. I think it's going to be, Bills fans moments during the game, and it's going to come down to the end. +7.5 for the Patriots.
Okay.
It's funny. We talked about undefeatedness a couple weeks ago, and here we are. Only 2 teams remaining.
2 teams remaining. 2 very likely possible Super Bowl candidates, too.
Yep.
So, all right. In the final game of the week, Monday Night Football. Only one game this Monday, thankfully. Get rid of those 2 Monday. I hate the 2 Monday games.
Yeah, Sam.
Kansas City Chiefs at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Chiefs open up at a -3.5 favorite. God, I don't even know what to say about this game. Chiefs still suck in my eyes. Sure, they won this week against the Ravens, who we talked about being horrible, basically. So, the Chiefs don't look hot. The Jaguars are hit or miss. I feel like I should just go, the Chiefs can just pull out games and win. Xavier Worthy was back this week. He looked a lot better. God, I don't know what to pick this game right now. Because I'm like going back and forth in my head on it, like, because I had the Jacksonville Jaguars could at 100% win this game. They're playing all right football right now. They're 3-1. Probably some fluff in there if I'm being honest. Again, I'll say it, but God, am I taking the whoopsie daisy against the Chiefs again? You know what? No, just because I'm thinking that, just give me the Chiefs -3.5 because it never works in my favor if I take the whoopsie daisy against the Chiefs. They always prove me wrong. I'm not doing it again. Give me the Chiefs -3.5 to win the game.
Yeah, I think that's actually the safe pick because here's the thing. The NFL had the Ravens as the #1 roster in all of football. And to blow them out like that, I mean, just look at the week 1 against the Bills and Ravens. That was a game. I still think the firepower is there behind the Ravens, but like I said about Lamar earlier, when he gets in these big games, it just doesn't look right. I think that has a lot to play into this game. But then you also look at the Chiefs side, and he gets one receiver, and I'm talking Patrick Mahomes. Xavier Worthy comes back, and this dude just throws for 304 touchdowns, something like that, no turnovers.
Yep.
So this 2-2, climbing back in the division. Chargers drop a game. They're 1 game back now. Super Bowl hangover. They're coming back from it. I think this is the story from them year after year. They come back. It's like, oh, the Chiefs don't look like it. And here they come again, just pumping out games, 1 away from the division. I don't think that they let that slide. So for this game, for my 4th whoopsie daisy, Give me the Jaguars at home against the Chiefs. Moneyline, baby. I think they're on fire. The only thing, Trevor Lawrence. That's the only he pops off. That's that makes the team complete here, and I have faith of him. Give me the money line at home. Give me my fourth whoopsie daisy of the week. Did you guys know that build-up was coming?
Actually, no.
Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars. Whoopsie daisy as well to end off this week of football.
Really?
I think the Chiefs are going to be very cocky coming off of the win against a struggling Baltimore Ravens defense. And they're going to, this is one of those games where, they should win. The Jags have been notoriously not great. Everyone's like, oh, the Chiefs are going to win. The Chiefs have this. And it's going to be an Chiefs fans moment. And they're going to find themselves looking at that clock at double zeros, and they're going to be down by 3 points to Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right. I mean, I thought about taking it too, but every time I go against the Chiefs, it doesn't go well for me. So I'm just gonna stick with the safe pick at the Chiefs -3.5. Well, there's all the games for the week. Some good ones, some bad ones. It's going to be another interesting week of football. We're missing some teams this week, unfortunately, with some early bye weeks, but we'll see them back here next week. And it's time for everybody's favorite segment of the show.
It's time for It's Okay, It's Not Okay.
So, after the Eagles game, A.J. Brown put out some cryptic tweets about not getting the football and being unhappy about not getting the football. They're 4-0. You're winning football games. So is it okay or is it not okay for a player that's on a 4-0 team to complain about not getting targets? And I'm going to say that I understand the frustration about not getting targets because I know he has goals to meet, money goals, right? They have money incentives to hit. So if he's not getting the ball, he can't hit his incentives. But at the end of the day, I'm going to say that it is absolutely not okay. You're 4-0. You're winning. You're on track to go to another Super Bowl. To me, that's what matters most. Justin?
I absolutely love this topic. This is your classic. Would you rather be the star player of the team and win no rings? Or would you rather win all the rings, 3, 4, 5, multiple rings, but be kind of like a background player? And actually, before I give my answer, I'm going to ask either of you, if you were on a professional team, would you rather be the best player in the world, all the talks about it, but hey, you can't win a championship, almost kind of like Lamar? Or would you rather just be like the fifth guy on the basketball team, and you have a bunch of rings to your name, but no one's going to really talk about it?
I'd want to say I contributed, is my thing. I would want to say I helped us get there.
Sure.
So in this case, in A.J. Brown's case, is he contributing?
He's contributing, but the thing is that scenario that you're talking about is not this.
It kind of is, especially coming off of a defending Super Bowl win and almost the same story last year. He's not getting as many targets, receiving as I think there's a beef between the quarterback here.
There might be. So the thing is he's not getting the targets not because he's not the star, because that motherfucker is the star.
He's good.
Look at him in the second half of the Rams game. You throw the football up to him, he's catching it and he's scoring.
Yes, but
he is,
especially in the NFL, it's the stat line that matters. We all can see that and know that, but when you look at it, especially when even you said like the contract stuff comes up, well, hey, you only had you only had 500 yards last year. What the heck happened? You know, we're going to pay you X amount less because you're not producing. It's that thing like he could be the guy, but if we're not seeing it, whether that be the scheme or throwing it to him or targets, almost the same as you win games, but you're not contributing to those wins. It's either the block field goal or it's the defense wins you the game. Hey, you caught one pass and you had 6 yards this game. So, and the stat line, you look at it and you're like, well, where the heck was A.J. Brown the whole entire game?
I mean, if I'm being honest, sometimes you look at the stat line and you say, where the hell is the throwing? I mean, I think he's yeah, you know what I mean? It's not just an A.J. Brown thing. It's a team thing.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of people are saying they're the most boring team in the entire league, because it's kind of true. But hey, they win games, which I think it coincide with the, hey, do you want rings or do you want to be the MVP? Because that's exactly how he's feeling. Of course, we all know he's this elite guy, and he wants the targets, which kind of leans me towards you want to be involved. I'm gonna say it's okay, because you can have both of the best worlds. Throw it to your best player on the field and win the games. You know, for me, like that top elite player too, you don't want to just be sitting on the bench and winning. You know, you want to have those multiple touchdown, high receiving. Hey, dude, flexing.
Right.
You want to win games like that. Like winning is winning, which is awesome. Everyone loves winning. But yeah, you want to be like part of the team as well.
I understand that too. I guess my thing is more of the cryptic tweet aspect of it. You know, all this like creating the negative publicity. You know, this, I feel like it should be things that are talked about in the locker room, that things need to be, you know, not that isn't, because I'm sure it is, but
yeah, that's a side of it too. And that's just all tied together, like frustrations boiling over. Like how many weeks in a row can you go with one target for 4 yards with that, like, just going every single week? Maybe he did have a conversation, and that we don't know. And then this was like kind of the final, like, oh my, I just got to tweet about it.
Right.
Nick, what do you think?
It's fair.
I don't think it is okay. I mean, I again, I understand wanting to contribute. I know I said that. But at the end of the day, isn't the goal to win? Whatever it takes, the goal is to win. So even if that means other players are eating and you're not, yeah, you want to contribute more. But at the end of the day, the goal's getting done. The game's over. You're on top. You're 4-0. Might be. We're all predicting them to be 5-0. We have them, like I said, it's going to be a bird bowl. Well, I said initially it was going to be a bird bowl. I don't know about the Ravens anymore, but I still strongly believe the Eagles will end up in the Super Bowl this year. That's the end goal, is to hoist that Lombardi, whatever it takes. So I don't think it is okay to complain about not getting those targets when you're winning. If you were flip script 0-4 and not getting those targets, yeah, then it's okay to complain about that aspect, because then the whatever it takes aspect, if you're not getting the targets, who knows? If you're getting the targets and still 0-4, that's a different story. You can say that everything's happened. But 4-0 is 4-0, and what, at the end of the day, winning the football game every given Sunday is what matters. Who knows? Next Sunday, maybe he gets every single target on the field. You never know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard both sides of the it's okay, it's not okay. Let us know what you think. Down in the comments, wherever you think you feel you need to voice your opinion. But that'll conclude this week, going into week 5 of the NFL for the Fastcast. And as always, we'll see you every single Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Once again, go Cowboys. This is our year. Chris?
Ooh, go Rams.
I'm happy it's a bye week.
All right, we'll see y'all next week.
See you guys.
Be safe around trains. A message from Metro.